see if this works all right. I think we got it up and running. Yeah, all right. Let's try. There we go. I got a person. Ryan's already there. Looks like the John Travolta Pulp Fiction meme. What looks like the John? I missed the joke there. Where's everybody at? Looks around. Oh, nah. Sorry, that took me a little while, Ryan. My Pulp Fiction comedy skills are not ready. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Morning Comics, and we get us all set here. We were trying to get hair and makeup and everything done this morning so that we would be ready performance-wise. We're still in post-Halloween culture shock around here. I got candy over there in that corner.
There's a spider on the TV.
Spiders decorating every corner of the house. So that will be a part of our today, is putting all that stuff away. But the girls have been reading some great books. We went to our local comic shop last week, and they were having a sale of 3 comics for $1, and we cleaned them out on a whole bunch of stuff. And so the girls have been reading some stuff. And I've got a few books from New Comic Book Day that I've read. You girls, who wants to go first?
Kate.
All right, Kate's got one. I see JD is here, and White Whale is here, and Bake the Snake, and Rada is here saying hi to Kate and Charlie.
Hi, Rada. Hi, show this one.
What's that one?
It's a classic X-Men Nightmare Crystal number 15.
All right, classic X-Men 15. Art Adams cover. What? There you go. So do you like that one?
Yes, I do. But on the back, there's like 2 stories in this one, I think. And it's Corsair.
Corsair? Who's he?
Scott Summers' dad.
Yeah, the father of Cyclops.
And this one, it shows how his team got assembled.
Gotcha.
That's pretty cool.
The Starjammers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got some of their early appearances. I don't know if I have their first appearance yet. There's a lot of great books in that Interstellar X-Men run.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a classic X-Men. We picked up a bunch of classic X-Men books. So we're stacked on them. Well, Kachung is here. Simon Comics is here. There's some awesome homies this morning. 10 people already. That's awesome. Good morning, guys. All right, Char, what do you got?
I got a Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. This looks like a Joe Quesada cover, maybe. I can't tell, but maybe some other folks will tell us. All right, it looks a little Quesada-esque. Marvel Knights run. Fantastic Four issue 6.
Mm-hmm. I like it a lot, and I like that they go out camping, and Sue, and since she has a son, Franklin, they want to go camp. He wants to go camping with all his friends. Of course, Sue's the only person who goes. Everyone else is at work. So they're at camping, and then this big aliens start invading.
Every time you want to do something fun, aliens come down.
Yeah.
Poor superheroes.
Poor Fantastic Four, man.
And then they're all running because she's trying to make everyone go invisible.
Okay.
She's touching everybody.
She's trying to put them in little bubbles or whatever.
And then one of the kids, of course, gets so scared that he runs out of course, thinks it's so cool. He runs out of his bubble.
Okay.
And gets taken by the aliens, of course.
Darn it.
And then he goes back, and then they're all running into this little cabin. And then the other half of the team, of course, of the Fantastic Four, come to investigate because they notice they're not coming back.
You mean Human Torch and the thing?
Yeah, and Reed Richards. And then this time Reed Richards get taken.
Oh, geez.
And the two Rangers get taken too. They actually walk into the ship. And start videotaping everything.
You really got into this one, Charlie. That's awesome. Ryan shouted out that he's reading Fantastic Four right now too. He's probably reading the early stuff. And Reggie, my robe is probably right where your harmonica is. Wherever you put your kid's harmonica, that's where my robe is. I went with the Lost shirt today because I knew Ryan was going to be in the chat today, so I wanted to represent Lost. Oh my gosh, we got Reggie here. Bueller is here. Bueller, I watched your live stream. I watched a big chunk of it last night, and then we went to Kate's performance. and then I finished it this morning. That was great interviewing. I learned stuff that I didn't know about Tom, and it was really, really fun. So if you haven't checked out Bueller's live stream from last night, he had Comic Tom on as a guest, and it was very entertaining. And the chat was really, really fun. Now, if you want to see a funny chat, you got to check Reggie Sanders' live stream from last night, because Digging in the Shorts was a riot, and I can't even get into how funny that one was. So those two live streams are definitely worth checking out. Digging in the Shorts, man. Digging in the Shorts.
I actually think in this one.
Oh, Kate wants to comment on Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I think in this one, the boy that gets taken turns into an alien.
No, that's Reed. Reed at the end, because the guys who, like, the Rangers came in, they're looking, and then suddenly this big monster, half of its face turns like Reed, and then the whole face is Reed. He says, "You guys are going to be safe here."
Yeah,
and he literally has like
he's
body.
So we got to get the next book.
It's the body of the alien, but Reed's face.
But
oh man,
it's meant to be the boy, I think, because he says, "Mr. Richards, like, I know your son, Franklin. Like, I'm friends with him."
Shocking twist.
Yeah.
Oh man. Bueller says your performance was awesome. I sent him a little clip of your thing last night. So Bueller says Kate's a rock star. That's awesome. Yeah, the chats baked the snake. The chats were on fire last night. All right, so who's next? Kate did a classic X-Men. Charlie did a Fantastic Four. Do you have another one you want to do?
Sure. I think these.
Sure. Another class, X-Men Classics. X-Men Classics 79. Hard to argue with a Phoenix cover.
Yep.
There she is, Dark Phoenix.
It's pretty funny. Like, on the front, she's like messing with her hair. She's like, "Hey guys, did you miss me?"
She's always a problem, that Dark Phoenix. She always seems to show up. Look at how much hair she has.
I know. No,
or is that smoke or fire behind her?
That's smoke.
Wow, it's like hair and fire blending together. I can't quite tell what's what.
And she's coming out of Scott on the bottom.
What?
She's coming out of him.
What in the world? Is that Scott? Are you sure?
Yes.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's happening there at the bottom. It looks like she's rising up out of him. Yeah, you're right.
She is.
That's crazy.
Because he went to the realm where she was, and he, like, to travel to Earth, she went inside of him, I think. And
Okay.
she came out. That happens
wow.
here.
Good eyes. That is an Adam Hughes cover. Good eyes, Alec. Holy cow. He spotted the artist for the cover on that one. I like how a lot of these classic X-Men, they got a fun artist to come in and do that cover again. Well, you're right. Wow.
Right,
there it is. Rising up and out of Scott. Right there. Got to watch out for those mutant ladies. You never know what's going to happen there. Don't date a mutant. Reggie likes that cover, Kate.
Thank you, Reggie.
All right, Charlie, what do you got?
Well, what I have is the Danger Gang #1 this time, though.
So again, the girls have just been reading them lately because my friend has been celebrating the release of his second book. So these are his 2 chapter books. His name is Steve Bramucci, and they're called The Danger Gang. This is book 1, and you haven't read either of them yet, right?
No, so I'm just starting to read actually this one.
Uh-huh. And what, do you like it yet?
Yeah, I think it's really funny.
Why is it funny? What's funny about it?
Well, in the beginning, Ronald says something like, look at that mustache. Doesn't it look like you want to, it's like, doesn't it look like you want to take a teenager very seriously? And then, of course, this is what the mustache looks like.
He puts a fake mustache on.
Yeah.
Any book with a kid wearing a fake mustache,
it's
bound to be a little more entertaining than you think.
Mm-hmm. And he tells all these lies, like a snake goes into his crib and he says, "It's the most venomous in the world." And then, of course, his little numbness know-it-all cuts in and says, "They're the 3rd venomous."
They're not the most venomous. They're the 3rd most venomous. But it's also like the snake has no teeth and no venom glands, right? So it's not even poisonous because it can't even bite him. Let's see. I'll do one of the ones I've been reading. What? Ryan's asking you to sing a song. I know. Ryan's asking for you to bust out. Let's see. I'm catching up on Extermination, the X-Men sort of setup storyline that seems like it's going to be leading into the Uncanny X-Men, which is like I think 2 weeks off now. And I would say this is not my favorite in the storyline. I think I think it was pretty clear they were going to set up what they were with Cable, the things they were going to do with Cable. I was just not really interested in that. And I'm not super pumped on the villains and stuff that's going on. I just think it's just like an epic reboot of their timeline. I'm just hoping it builds to something really interesting. I think there's one more left. So hopefully that really becomes something interesting at the end here. We'll see. Yeah, Reggie, I can't wait for that Uncanny X-Men. I'm looking forward to that one in a big way. I haven't really enjoyed and weekly read an X-Men title in a long time. I've kind of just here or there, like I read the wedding stuff this summer, a little this, little that, but I haven't picked up a title and felt passionate about reading X-Men weekly in a really long time, so I'm hoping this will be the one that pushes me over the edge. All right, so Kate, you got one?
Do this.
This one? Okay. At my shop when I went in and they were doing that free comics for $1, they had this classic cover, and I have this book and a really nice version, but this one's, as you can kind of see, it's got a gnarly crease down the center, so they were selling it for 33 cents. But I do love this storyline. This is a pretty dramatic story. What's going on in this one, Kate?
Well, Black Widow, like, she has this mission. She wants to do it alone. And I'm pretty sure Matt Murdock's, like, inside this coma thing.
Yeah, he's missing right now, right?
And in this, there's a photo. We have a Marvel, like, encyclopedia where you can look up characters. And this picture is actually in that book right there.
Oh, yeah?
So that was funny to find.
Some of the stuff about her when she was younger and her training and things.
With Ivan
Petrovich. You're trying your Russian out. Beulah wants to ask, what are you doing today, Charlie? What's your day looking like? Soccer?
No.
Soccer season is done. She has some friend games next weekend. Friendly games, which make me wonder about what were the other games not too friendly. I don't know. So you have soccer coming up this weekend or next weekend. And that's it for now. We're just glad to be soccer for AYSO free for a little while. I don't know if Reggie's kids do soccer, but you know, I've heard the acronym described as all your Saturdays occupied, and it's totally true. And I obviously went a little overboard by doing the referee thing and all that stuff as well, but it really, really absorbs a lot of your time.
And in my book, of course, is Dogman.
Okay, Charlie loves the Dogman series. Dave Pilkey. For those of you that have kids that like Captain Underpants, it's the same guy, right?
Very
Dave
funny.
Pilkey. And this is his Dogman series. So this is Dogman Unleashed.
Yep. And it is about, well, of course, Dogman, but like I told you about Cat Jail, Petey is in it. And he wants to escape, and knows that one of the guards.
Okay.
Feels like very emotional for
Petey's
Petey.
the cat, right?
Yeah, Petey's the cat. So he asks for.
I know a little bit.
So he asks for paper and crayons, and the guard says okay. So he gives him paper and crayons, and he starts drawing Petey.
Okay.
And cuts it out, and lays on the floor. And puts his bulletin board on it, so it looks like flat staring me. He says,
Very
help
clever.
me, help me. Of course, the guard runs in, unlocks it, and he comes in, and then Petey, hiding behind a plant, sneaks out.
He has a plant in his jail cell?
Yeah. And he has an art closet.
Those are pretty
in
nice
his
jail
jail
cells.
cell.
And
An art closet.
He has an
art closet.
So he has a closet and an art closet.
He has an art closet. That's
A
it.
closet just for art.
And he has a nice bed and all these things. It's like
Reggie's on fire this
jail.
morning. You know, Reggie, after Halloween, there is not a cup big enough. You know, teachers, I get a lot of mugs as a teacher. But the funny thing is, like, there, like, certain holidays take like years off of your life as a teacher, and Halloween is definitely one. Having Halloween on a Wednesday was painful. It was like 2 days of excited kids waiting for their costumes, 1 day of chaos, and then 2 more days of just exhausted zombie children in class all day. So there is not a cup big enough for me this morning. I'm just telling you now. Reggie's also got his kids starting up soccer next year. Dude, good luck to you. There's no easy way to do it. It just you gotta bite down and bite down hard. Good luck to you on that one. Beulah says he remembers those times, very busy, one thing after another, but just fun to see the kids. You know, it is a lot of fun. And Charlie's been getting really good at soccer. In fact, she played goalie for a half a game in both of their last 2 games. So for ostensibly an entire game, she played goalie, half in one game and half in another game. And she only let in 1 goal each time, which is amazing. If she played goalie by that ratio the whole time, they would have won a lot more games this year. She was just an all-star goalie, no question.
Except for there's a rule that you can't have a goalie for every single quarter. You can't have it.
But you notice they started having you be the goalie for at least half of every game because you were doing so well on it. You were diving on those balls. She was champ out. And then over here we've got the singer volleyball player who was having a great season and doing great. So yeah, extracurriculars. We're all about it right now. All about it. Let's see. So wait, whose turn are we on?
Me.
No,
Are you almost done with Dogman? Sorry, you finished Dogman.
And in this, since he created the flat PD, of course they call the ambulance. And then the ambulance takes him and they says, take him to the doctor. Take him to the witch doctor. Take him to the doctor. And then he says, and when they're driving, there's a witch doctor and a doctor.
Uh-oh.
So they said, and they're like, which doctor do we go to? Which doctor it is? So then they go to the witch doctor.
Play on words.
Wrong doctor. And then he says, I've got live spray, and makes the flat PD come back
alive.
evil and alive, and tries to squirt him with obey spray.
Oh my goodness.
But then
wait, there's a spray called Obey spray?
That's the thing.
How do I get some of that?
The doctor's name is Dr. Boogie Fever.
Dr. Boogie Fever?
Wait, that's his name?
Boogie Fever. It's boog.e Fever. He always has those
Clever
fun
silliness.
things. It's like Dr. Boogie.
Oh my
then
goodness.
when he tries
Ryan
to,
says he's got a comic book closet instead of an art closet.
He has a garage instead. He stores all
That's Tom. Tom's got the garage studio with like comic books piled up everywhere.
You do too. You have.
I don't have any comics in the garage anymore. They're all back here behind us pretty much, or in my closet in my bedroom.
Yeah, that's true. So he has.
and
All right,
then,
last thing.
and then in it, when they spray the obey spray, he's paper, so he can be a fan and squirt it backwards. So now it goes to
He can transform into a fan and blow the spray away.
He's paper.
Like,
He just folds his face.
He just like folds his face and he just goes like this and makes the obey spray go up, of course, on the witch, and the witch is doing everything. And then there's a fish
named Flippy.
named Flippy. And they make him too much food goes into his bowl, so he eats it and his brain is huge. He can move things with his mind.
This is wild.
I know.
Don't go to a witch doctor is the lesson
they're
I'm learning
called-
from all
The
this.
dots are called super brain dots, and if you eat one, you remember things, and if you're really smart, and if you take more than one,
You
something
can
happens.
choose smart.
Reggie's saying you're trying to bust me out. I think you're trying to take over. She's going to be the boss of this show at some point here. She's taking over. She's giving him no quarter. No, she's taking over. All right, so wait. We got to get to a couple more books. I'm going to do one more. I've caught up on my favorite book I'm reading these days is Old Man Hawkeye, so I'm fully caught up. I will say it was not my favorite of the series. I think they're getting near the end, and so they're building up. It was fascinating what they did with the character Moonstar in this, and it was really messed up and really twisted. It felt very Donny Cates-like, even though it's not in any way connected to what Donnie's doing. It was really, really an exciting twist what they did with her character. And I'm excited to see what they do with the final 2 issues because it is building to something pretty dramatic. And Bullseye is in this, and it's all building towards this sort of showdown. So I'm excited to see the last 2 issues of Old Man Hawkeye. All right, what do you got? Another Dark Phoenix book? What do you got?
X-Men Legacy number 211.
X-Men Legacy 211. Another Dark Phoenix book. She's looking all tough there.
This one's like about Professor X, sort of.
Is that who that is?
That's his sister.
That's Professor X's sister. Ooh, and I see the Brood. What? That looks like the Brood on the side there, if I'm not mistaken. I got another book I got to read now, man. My research is going on and on and on.
See, he was gonna have a twin sister, but she died in the womb.
Oh, Xavier would have had a twin sister.
And he can walk in this one.
Well, it looks like he's in the astral plane or something like
no, like,
Doctor Strange or something.
Keep going.
I will keep going. Seriously.
He can walk right here.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is in a suit and getting. It looks like he's going through the security check-in to go to some prison.
If you ask me,
maybe he's checking to see if those prisoners have an art closet.
If you ask me, I doubt this is even Professor X.
You don't think that's Professor X?
It is, but I think it's in an alternate universe or something.
Oh, yeah. Some kind of alternate Professor X.
Yeah.
Phoenix is a great character. F3, I totally agree. I think she's a fascinating character and definitely took Jean Grey from sort of one-dimensional character to something far more interesting. What do you like about this book?
I like that he has a sister. Like, you wouldn't even imagine Professor X being like the sister type, I guess, or the brother type. But you kind of see that in the movie, right?
Yes.
X-Men one over there.
Uh-huh.
And, well, like, the sister doesn't really like him because, like, the way she understands it, he pushed in front of her and got out instead of her. So he couldn't.
So he caused her to not be born? Oh, wow. That's heavy sister-brother stuff.
And so, like, he's dreaming about her, and, like, she talks to him in his sleep, basically.
Does she have the same mental powers that he has?
Well, she died.
But would she have
she
had?
Would have, yeah.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie says he digs your X-Men love here. You're doing all the X-Men. She's a big X-Men fan and always really been a fan of the originals. Her team is definitely the Jean Grey Cyclops.
Yeah.
That's her crew. The
Wolverine.
OG team. She does like Wolverine, but
I like Professor X.
And she likes Professor X, yeah. You like the X-Men too. Who's your favorite X-Men?
No, that's Jean Grey.
Not Jean Grey? Storm.
I like Storm.
I know you like Storm a lot.
Nightcrawler is my favorite.
Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler is my favorite.
He's funny, but
he is funny.
I don't know the guy's name.
Colossus, the big metal guy?
No, I don't know.
Kitty Pryde?
Kitty Pryde?
Not a girl.
Oh boy. Iceman, Beast.
It was on the cover when Kate one of the covers.
Let's see here.
That guy.
Oh, that's Banshee.
Banshee.
He's an early X-Men too. He joined though with my guys. There he is. There's Banshee. So you like Banshee? The singing, screaming voice guy? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Sam Tangleblood, he's a Wolverine fan. Whitewell likes Gambit.
Oh,
I finally got my first appearance of Gambit this year. You like Gambit? Throwing the playing cards?
Oh yeah, the guy with the aces.
He's in this one.
Whitewell, no. How do you know every comic? How do you know that there's a scroll variant of that book? You are like on it, man. You are all about it. Iceman has my favorite powers, but Scott Summers is a favorite personality. When I was younger, Cyclops was my all-time favorite. I have a hard time picking now, but I do like that second crew that came in. That second crew of X-Men are definitely my team. I like Storm a lot. I think she's really, really a cool character. So I have a hard time picking. I was glad that Scott stayed around a while after the new team came on board, didn't just bail.
Well, I can't find Gambit, but I know he's in one of these comics. I just read.
He's in there somewhere. All right, I'm going to do my last one, and then you guys can each do your last one.
Doesn't he have like that card he always holds right here?
Yeah, he has the power to like charge objects with energy, and then he can throw them. He usually does it with playing cards. Yeah. I always wonder though, he's going to run out of cards. Like he's got to carry a lot of playing cards. After he uses a bunch, he's kind of done. There was one time when he fought one of Reggie's favorite characters, the Gladiator, and he fought Gladiator, and he unloaded the entire deck on the guy. He kind of bent the deck in a bridge and then just shot all of them at. That was a cool moment. That was a cool scene, and a really cool. I think it's a splash page. It's really cool. So I've caught up on Heroes in Crisis Book 2. which I've been getting the ones that are like the Polaroid photograph covers, and I thought it followed book issue 1 really, really well. Issue 1 was amazing, and I felt like this built on all of that stuff really, really well. Set up some great mysteries, and I like how they're focusing on the side characters. You're getting a different view of Harley. You got a great little bit from the Flash in here. You got Booster Gold has a great part in it. So I really like the series. I've been enjoying it. Okay. Who goes first on the last books? Okay, Charlie's last book.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Yep, the days are just packed. You like Calvin and Hobbes? What do you like about Calvin and Hobbes?
Well, they're really funny, and I like how they do all these really funny things, and they say things that aren't true. I really like the back of it because they do like these funny dances. They're like, and they force you to just walk off like nothing ever happened. I like that they make a club, even though it's called Get Rid of Slimy Girls. I don't care about it. I really like it. It's funny because he throws water balloons and snowballs
at Susie. Yeah, he's always giving Susie a hard time. And mushy apples.
And at one point in this book, he finds mud, and he has an idea. He gets a pail of water, pours it all in the mud, and walks up to Susie's house and says, "Get on some nice clothes, let's go for a stroll."
You can't trust him.
No, you can't.
He's always trying to pull some kind of a trick. You can't trust him.
Always with mud, too.
With mud or with snowballs.
Water balloons.
Water balloons.
And sometimes he'll ask Susie to go up to his door and say, "I'm home," so that Hobbes will jump on her. But of course, and then she leaves. He gave her a quarter to do it. He said, "Thanks for the quarter, sucker." And he goes, never trust a tiger. And then of course Hobbes jumps on him.
Right.
I can always tell it's you by the bad smell.
Oh, zing! Hobbes always with a zinger. Yeah, I loved those books when I was a kid, and I think we've got about 5 or 6 of them.
So they're all in my room.
They tend to get bounced around, so everybody's kind of enjoying them. It looks like there's a lot of fans. Kachung says, "You're doing a good job holding your own in this live stream." And Sam's Tangled Web, Wingnut, Bake the Snake, they're all really saying Calvin and Hobbes is a favorite of theirs. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong. And talk about leaving at the top, where your comic art is at a peak and deciding to be done. Isn't there? I think there's even a documentary all about how Bill Watterson just vanished. He was just like, "Nope, I've done what I wanted to do. I've made my money. I'm not going to cash in. There's no Calvin TV show, no Calvin movie. I'm done. I did what I wanted."
That's
so
sad.
That guy, no, he was trying to. I think he was trying to just say, "I've done what I wanted to with Calvin and Hobbes. I'm going to move on. And I don't need a movie, and I don't need to make money."
He could have made a great TV show out of Calvin and Hobbes. It would have been hilarious.
Yeah, except there's so much strips that
there would be like little Mickey shorts. You know how short they are? They're like 5 seconds.
Right.
Like that would be perfect for Calvin and Hobbes.
He didn't want to change it. He wanted it to only exist in these little books.
Well, they're funny.
Sad.
All right, so now Kate has 2 books left, and I told her she's kind of got to pick just one.
I better do 2 of them.
Then you better do them super fast.
First Black Panther.
This is a reprint from Marvel's Greatest Comics of the first Black Panther, and my shop had this it was in their dollar bin, or it was in their 3 for $1 bin. It's a really nice copy of it, except for a couple of like edge creases here, these little folded bits on the end. But to be able to read the first Black Panther is kind of awesome.
This is like a funny Nightcrawler.
Oh, you know what? We were talking about this on Reggie's channel last night because he was.
Really?
He did a breakdown of the 4-issue Iceman storyline.
Yeah, I've heard.
This is one of the 4 issues from the Nightcrawler storyline, and I was telling him how much you girls enjoy these 4 issues. Like you love the Scarlet Witch and the Vision. There's we did a breakdown on here with it. So what do you like about the Nightcrawler one?
It's hilarious. Like he's so funny. There's one part where Lockheed's in this, so he bites the bad guy's tail to distract him for a minute, and then So Nightcrawler, like, he got knocked out at the beginning, and then he got knocked out again, and he's like, he wakes up because Lockheed bites his tail, and he's like pulling it. He's like, oh, it's you again. What is this fixation you have with tails? Let go of the tail.
Oh, sorry. I can get that open there.
It's funny.
There's a little Lockheed flying
And
through.
then he's like, oh, knocked out in the last 2 hours. He's like, boy, hit on the head again. Maybe I should wear a helmet. And he's like, yes, I know you're right. You're here. We have to get out of here. Let go of the tail.
Oh, White Whale's making a shark joke. A shark cover.
Looks like Jaws.
And I think someone last night was joking in Reggie's chat that you know, it's kind of a ridiculous 4 issues of Nightcrawler as a pirate,
Oh my gosh.
right? Not incredibly valuable. Whereas the Iceman one apparently has Iceman battling gods. That was what Reggie's breakdown was. That it's there's a first appearance in the Iceman 4-issue run. So there's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Each of the X-Men had their own limited series. Yeah, well, Wolverine had his. You say he says the Hawkeye. There's a 4-issue Hawkeye series that's pretty good. So we got to keep our eyes out for some of those.
Yeah.
Well, that's it from us.
No, it's over.
I know. Saturday Morning Comics flies by. Next time, apparently, I got to get a robe. I got to get my robe going. Thank you guys for coming by. I think we went right about 30 minutes, which is kind of what we were aiming for.
That's good.
I didn't try to talk too much. Yeah, so Reggie's saying his breakdown is Who's Your Daddy, Cosmic Fathers, and it mentions this god. I don't want to spoil who it is, but you go and check out on his channel and you'll see it. I didn't even realize that there was a first appearance in those. I always thought those were almost like a fun little entertaining miniseries, but they didn't really have any long-term value. They're not worth anything. But if there's a first appearance of a god entity, that might be worth snagging. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out for those because I'm always snagging them for them anyways.
Yes, he is.
Thanks for coming by, everybody. JD's saying, I like the X-Men villains. Not sure what's wrong. Much more than the heroes. There's nothing wrong with that. I think Magneto is probably one of the most fascinating characters in X-Men, period. You know, because you can totally sympathize with him and totally agree with what he's saying and how he's feeling. So I think that makes him all the more powerful and interesting to watch. Thanks for everybody who stayed. I did all right, Reggie? I did okay. They're in charge here. Thanks for everybody who made it in. Ryan, White Whale, Bueller came by. Better than Saturday morning cartoons. That's a high bar. That's a high bar, Bueller. But thank you for using 30 minutes of your Saturday to hang with us. You want something? You want to say something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Grandpa was supposed to be watching. He might be watching, but he might not know how to chat. I've got 16 nice viewers. It's possible one of them is your grandpa because he subbed us ever since I was out in the desert at his place with my brothers. So I've got some family that's tuning in as well.
Also, is Rhonda still here?
I haven't seen her in a while. It's possible she's logged off.
She probably did.
So thanks, everybody. Much appreciated. And enjoy your Saturdays. Hopefully you're soccer free for now. And have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.